Okay, so
Okay.
now we're live.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bot World. This is the one and only botscamp, the premier Swiss mate. I'm broadcasting from Zurich. There you see the Thomas broadcasting from Barcelona, the Raphael Frangi. You are broadcasting from where?
From Zurich Klusplatz.
Zurich
Beautiful
Klusplatz.
Zurich. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You are on your car.
Yes.
Okay. And there we have the Nicolas Bührer from Digital Switzerland. Raphael Frangi, by the way, is the man from Swisscom Health. And now we have the Nicolas Bührer. You are broadcasting from, well,
we are in Zurich. In Zurich.
From Zurich as well. Okay. Now, first, I have to show you. I have the T-shirt. You see it? You know? Now, that's corporate fashion. Okay, let's continue to the program. We have a fantastic lineup here, about 15 sessions, which participants have been voted, and we have some 150 people in the pipeline. And I would like to say the first greeting note comes from Thomas Schulz, the founder of the botscamp. And please tell us some points which are important to you. Thomas.
Yeah, hey. Hi, everyone. So we are starting punctually Swiss time, 4 p.m. So thank you. Yeah, some of you are already using the chatbot. This is great. This is exactly the meaning. So yeah, I'm very excited having you all here and that it is working. And hopefully we'll get a picture from Nicola as well. So we started like 3 months ago with the idea, and now we are live. You know, this is crazy. And yeah, thank you again for all. Maurice already mentioned we will have 15 sessions, very inspiring presentations, and yeah, it's like 5 hours nonstop. So hopefully you will find some time to relax. But I don't think during botscamp you can relax because it is nonstop. So yeah, thanks again for joining, and yeah, looking forward to a great conference. And I see the people are already joining. The last thing is, like, all the one who booked the free opening, you still have the opportunity or possibility to book like the real conference. This offering is valid for 30 minutes now. So if you want to jump in and see all the 15 sessions, you can book it on the offers. By now, 30 minutes if you want to join. If you don't have time, you have to leave, then you still have the possibility to get a replay ticket. Yes, that's it, I think. Maurice, back to you.
Well, so just to wrap it up again, we will have 15 sessions. Each session will be about 50 minutes. As Thomas mentioned, we are coming from Switzerland, or we are the Swiss guys here, so we take, you know, a keen eye on the time. And then there are 5 minutes for question and answers, and we will automatically shift to the next presentation. Within the webinar jam, you see you will have the possibility to choose on every time between 2 different presentations, or you can jump now back and forth like you want. You know, it is a total inspiration. We hope that you have a very good overview. There is such a big hype about the chatbots that sometimes it seems to me the summits and the conferences are popping up like crazy all over the world. And now we have the first digital conference. You can sit back, as Thomas said, maybe you cannot relax, but you can have, you know, something to drink, something to eat in between all these actions which are coming up. So we would like to have also some greeting notes from our very appreciated innovation partners. First innovation partner is Swisscom Health. Raphael Frangi is the marketing manager, the senior marketing manager of Swisscom Health. And what do you have to say to us, Raphael, from a car in the Zurich town?
Yes, hello. Big greetings also from Swisscom Health. Thank you for the senior. Like when I look today in the mirror, I feel really like a senior. So we are happy as Swisscom Health to support the first botscamp. Especially in the health industries, we are sure that we have to do something against the cost explosion now. And we think that the bots industries and the project with the bots can help to reduce the costs in the health sector. So we are really proud to support the first conference. We look forward to many good and interesting webinars in the next hours. And we try also next year in the 2017 to start some first bot projects in our customer support by Swisscom Health. So we look forward also to learn much things today about the bots and about the concrete projects in this sector. Yeah. So welcome from Swisscom Health, and I hope that we can repeat this bot conference and this partnership in the next year. So already now I can say thank you to Thomas and Maurice to introduce this very special project. We are really happy.
Cool. For the ones who don't know anything about the Swisscom, for you in San Francisco and on other places around the world, you have to know that Swisscom is a national provider of telecommunication, and they have a health department, which consists about how many employees do you have now?
We have 300 now in Zurich. Yeah.
Only for health?
Yes. So our customers are the hospitals, the doctors, and private persons. Yes. Sir.
So also that is one thing I observe now and then, is that healthcare isn't on purpose connected only to hospitals, physicians, and whatever. It is also connected to healthcare IT, biotech, medtech, pharma, pharmacies. A lot of market contenders are on the way. Thank you, Raphael Franke, for this greeting note. Now we would like to change to our second innovation partner. It's Nicolas Bührer, the General Manager of Digital Switzerland. What can you say to us about your participation in the botscamp?
Hi guys, I'm really happy to be there. I'm sorry if you cannot see me. We have some webcam issues. As a digital company, it's really a shame, but Murphy's Law, you know that.
Yeah,
exactly.
So Digital Switzerland, very quickly, we are an association and foundation with a mission to position Switzerland as a leading hub in the world for technology and digitalization. So we are working on many different initiatives, politics, of course, international with the World Economic Forum. We are working with many investors. We are working with many startups in order to attract them to our country, to many events, and also to many topics. So Switzerland cannot be let's say, a well-known country for everything, but only for some topics. And one of them is everything around artificial intelligence, chatbots and machine learning, whatever. We have great university, ETH, EPFL in Switzerland. And that's why we are really happy to support the events, to be partner. Chatbots is a hype, is a trend topic. Really happy to see in the next minutes and hours what's going to be discussed in the online conference. So enjoy, all of you guys.
Cool. Thank you, Nicolas Bührer in Zurich. I would like also to emphasize that out of these 15 sessions you voted, there has been a total of 23 sessions. And just to mention again, the ones who cannot participate as a presentation today, they will be shifted automatically to the next botscamp. That's an advantage of the digital conference, which we will do in March 2017. Do you have something to say for this already, Thomas?
No, but I have to. I'm looking at the chats, and there are people saying like they have technical problems. So just refresh the webinar again if you don't have sound or page is frozen. Exactly, this can happen, but this is like a normal hangout. So just refresh the page again. Don't worry, this should work because I think we have good audio quality, you know. Here, yeah, no, it should work. We have like the stream is working. Okay. So yeah, no, but to say like about, I don't want to talk about too much about the next botscamp, you know, because we have now this one first to be done, you know. But yeah, definitely, I'm looking forward for these 15 sessions, and we have perhaps to add something. You got a lot of links and invites to these sessions. Perhaps sorry for that, sometimes it could be duplicate, but the idea was that you get the invitations for all the sessions you have been voted for. So if you want to join one or the other session, just click on the link and you're in. And again, if it doesn't work, refresh. Exactly, nothing yet, just the black stuff, yeah. Don't worry, just reload. You can do that. I can't do it because then everything will broke. But we have, I think it's good transmission. by far. Maurice.
Yes. Okay. So we will start with the first presentation is the one with the highest votes. It's from Peter Buchreutner, the man from the Vienna bot conference. Maybe you know him already. He was all over the bots groups, also in Facebook. He has been now in California. And as I know, Peter Buchreutner is actually right now in Tel Aviv and will attend now the first session in our bots camp. And after this, he will join the Chatbot Summit Tel Aviv, which is already the second one, which is also giving us a sign about the exponential growth about bots and chatbots. It's incredible, the speed of developments. Now, the Peter Buchreutner, he will start any minute. And just to add, please also stay here all the program, because we will do a final closing round where we have, with the 5 highest voted presenters, we will have some kind of a 15 minutes private round, and to sum it all up and giving already there maybe a little bit more of the outlook about next year. You already recognize that we can have, or we are much faster as the Digital Botscamp compared to a traditional congress or conference, which is taking place once a year, and we intend to really speed up the rhythm of the Botscamp, as also the area, you know, of development and the marketing and the industry. It's at a catapult-like speed, which is going all over the places. So in order to keep up the speed with that industry, we will like to be, you know, also faster as the Botscamp. So we have 3 minutes left. Something else, Thomas?
Yeah, I think Peter joined now. No?
Oh, cool. Yeah, I see him. Peter, hello.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
So,
I made it. I can't believe it.
Yeah, we can't do, and so to say, for the conference here, it's the first time that I see Peter on video here. So it was a great test, but
Very
it's
nice.
but
Cool.
it needs to work, no?
Peter, did you listen about my presentation about you? Did you already join then?
No, I was trying for the last hour to actually to get the link work, and I couldn't.
So we know you are in Tel Aviv now.
I'm in Tel Aviv now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's right. So after your presentation, you will move to the Chatbot Summit in Tel Aviv.
Yeah, I'll have no. The Chatbot Summit was already last week, but there's another thing where I'm speaking tonight. So in like 2 hours, I have to be on stage somewhere in Tel Aviv. I don't know the address yet. I'll look it up.
All right. Busy bot guy. Very cool. So Thomas, if there is nothing else, I would say thank you all. Thank you, Raphael Frangi of Swisscom Health. Thank you, Nicolas Bührer of Digital Switzerland. Thank you also, Peter Buchreutner, which has the highest votes of all the sessions, and will start the Botscamp because of this. And also thank you again, you know, Thomas. We were, I can tell you, the WhatsApp, I think it was invented only for us because I was connected to Thomas in Barcelona from Zurich here. I think every day, I don't remember how long, but we phoned every day. So digital conference has a lot of advantages, but you still have to prepare all the stuff, of course. So we are thrilled. We are excited, Thomas.
One last statement before Peter can jump in. Some people have problems, it seems, with the video or the audio. So if you can't manage to do it on your desktop, you can do it as well easily from your mobile device, for example. This works perfectly as well. So hopefully there we have sound. And if everything breaks, you will get the replay anyway. So all participants will get the replay of all the sessions. Sorry for that. I hear that a lot of is working okay. So sorry for that. We have to continue. So Peter, you have like 15 minutes to walk through, and then happy to give 5 minutes for some questions in the chat.
Okay.
Of course.
So
thanks.
All right. So we switch now, and I would say goodbye to you and welcome Peter Buchreutner.
All right. Thanks, Morris. Thanks, Thomas. let me see if I can get this presentation up and running. Just a second. So I'm just sharing my screen right now. Quick, does it work? Do you guys see it?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Cool.
So my name is Peter. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Swell, and this year has been really crazy for us so far. Not only did we move from Vienna, Austria to Los Angeles, but also we launched a chatbot called Swelly and grew it from 0 to more than 1 million users in the first 3 months. And I'm going to tell you today how we did it, but actually most importantly, how you can do too. So, but before that, I'll give you a little bit background on what Swell is and why it actually matters. So my background is I'm an entrepreneur for 11 years now. I started my first physical fashion store when I was 18 years old. So I did everything in fashion and a little bit of technology in the past as well. And I figured out there's something like really obvious, but a lot of people come into our stores and they would leave it without buying, right? This sounds like really obvious to most of you guys, but we really questioned that, and it bothered me as a shop owner because, of course, I wanted to sell. And after interviewing some people in the store, we figured out that it doesn't just bother me, but it also bothers them because they didn't get their instant gratification for having actually the reward of buying something. And we questioned that and figured out that the #1 reason why people would leave a store buying is because they're indecisive and they can't make up their mind. So they don't want to talk to me as a shop owner, of course, because I want to sell stuff to them. So that's where the problem started. So we were looking for a fast and simple solution, how we can get their friends to help them, because they were obviously more interested in their friend's opinion than they would be interested in my opinion. So we created a simple voting app where you take 2 photos, you share it, and people can vote on which shoe should you buy, which like t-shirt do you wear, which dress to buy and stuff like that. And we were really focusing on getting really, really fast results. So within the first 30 seconds, we guaranteed 10 votes. That was basically our aim. And we really, really managed to do that. And in the first 6 months, we grew it to 100,000 users, where we thought, okay, this is nice, but this is not, we were not super excited about the growth. So we thought we needed something else, something more than that. And then we've discovered something that basically that's the reason why you guys are here, which is chatbots. And we launched the first version of a Swelly bot as a really, really simple A/B voting tool in August, where you would also only have 2 photos and A/B buttons and you could vote. And people really, really liked that, and we got some really good feedback by friends and grew it really fast. Want to explain really quick what it does before I go into detail on the growth. So at Swell, you can start creating a Swell by taking a photo, share it, take another photo, share it, send it to Swelly, and Swelly makes this nice A/B comparison. And you can ask, okay, what should I wear today? Which phone should I get? What's the best pizza place in the city, and stuff like that. Then you can send it to either your friends, to the whole community in a category, in this case, for example, tech, but also to experts. An expert is really interesting because you get, for them, for like an influencer, for example, it only takes them seconds to answer your question, and you can get really, really fast results. And again, I told you we hit 1 million users in a really, really short amount of time, in just about 3 months. And we had some interesting tactics on how we did that. And the first thing is so obvious, but I really want to put it on the slide and talk to you about it because nobody does it. So go out and talk to people. We call this, in our company, we call it growth hack feedback. And it's really important because most people start by sharing a bot. They would build it and share it with their friends. And ask them for feedback. And of course, your friend will tell you, wow, this is so awesome what you're doing. It's great, you know, and you wouldn't get a real feedback. So what I would recommend, this is the first part of the 3 steps to a successful bot and successful growth, is don't ask your friends, but ask strangers for feedback. Share it on social channels. and ask for feedback and really implement their feedback real quickly. In the first week, we had a couple of hundred people using the bot, and we did a thing called human takeover, where you would jump into a conversation, and actually the guy on the picture is Marcos from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. We asked him, hey, Marcos, what do you think about Swell? And he said, well, it's nice, but like this and this and that. And we collected this feedback and constantly improved the product. And one of the really important parts here, and the really good thing that helped us a lot, was a little thing while you would be in the voting process and you would tap on A or B, you would then get the next question. But they all really, like Marcus really said that, like this is in if I'm in the majority and about the result and how what other people think. So we by adopting this little thing of showing 70% voting for A, 30% voting for B, we could have more than 40% a higher retention rate on the bot, and obviously had a way better product just by this. And by talking to people, we did this. The next thing what we did is we launched on Product Hunt. So producthunt.com, somebody hunted our bot, and then we started talking to every person who upvoted our product and got the second round of feedback loops. And these are all like real people, but in this case, real product people that could actually help us to build Swelly in a version 2 that is way better than the first. The third part, in this case, on the feedback part, is press. So we started writing blog posts on Medium, send it to some press, got featured by VentureBeat. But the really important thing here is also never ask for getting featured. Always ask for feedback, what they think, how you can improve the product. And this will really help you grow, because everybody wants to share their opinion. That's how humans work, right? If you ask the right questions. The second part, and this is basically the biggest growth strategy that we have at Swelly, which is influencer marketing. And most of you guys know about influencer marketing, I guess, but I tell you that, like, I think 95% of people doing it wrong, because there's so many platforms out there where you can book influencers and pay them crazy amounts of money to do an Instagram post, mention your product in a YouTube video, and it's never really worth the money that you spend on that. So what we really did is we have 2 full-time people. All they do is browsing through YouTube, browsing through Instagram, find the right influencers that really fit and match our product, that are in fashion and beauty. For the very beginning. Now we also discovered a third category, which is food, and works well for us. And we try to build relationships with them, an audience. We think of win-win-win situations. So we help every influencer to grow an audience within Swell, and also we help them to find out more about their users, because we always have A/B votings, A/B questions. So people know nothing about their followers on YouTube. They just don't. And they know nothing about their followers on Instagram unless they talk to them. So with Swell, they have the possibility to just ask a question and they get really, really quick results. And also they can offer their friends to let them tag with @influencer name. So they can even answer the questions of their fans. And those are 2 examples of influencers that work really well for us, which is Luisa Leon. She's from Germany, basically one of the biggest fashion bloggers in Germany. And Lavenda is from LA. They're both into fashion. And the cool thing is they really have an audience that loves them, and they're really engaged with what they're doing, and they're following them all the time. So we not only do we have an influencer talking about us, like say Luisa mentions Swelly in a video on Snapchat, but most importantly, we have a strategy and a 60 days plan. And I think this is the most important part, right? You don't want an influencer to do a one-time action for you. You want an influencer to work together with you on growing an audience within the Swell community. So the first part is actually talking about Swell in a video. Then there's a plan of creating content, posting swells that people can actually answer, creating great content, ask people for their opinion, share once a week on Instagram, for example. So there's basically a detailed plan, and I'm happy to share a draft with you if you email me after this or ask me after the session. My email is pete@swell.wtf. I'm sure it's somewhere after the talk. You can still reach out to me. And I think this is the most important thing. And if you now say, okay, I don't care about fashion influence, it's just not for my product, I tell you that in every branch, in every industry, you can have an influencer. And I'm an influencer right now because I'm talking to you and you're kind of forced to listen. So if I would have if you would have a product that is for bot developers, then I would be probably the right influencer for you right now. And the third part, and this is also really important, is right now we live in a time where we're talking about AI that's stealing your jobs, that is replacing humans in some sorts. And the good news is we're not there yet, right? So human interaction and personal connection to people is a really, really big growth driver. So what we did from day one, we always reached out to Kik, to Facebook, to Line, to Viber, to all the networks, to all the platforms, and started asking them for feedback. So just ask a product manager on Kik, and how do you think and how do you like my product? What can we do better? Are there any new features that you planned on your roadmap that we could probably be the first to implement and stuff like that? So basically, I reached out to every single employee at Kik on LinkedIn, and I did the same thing with Facebook, and we really tried to talk to them and get feedback. And eventually I met somebody at Kik. They really liked our product and featured us. And what you can see in the middle of the screen is the Swelly bot being featured on the top of Kik Messenger. What you can see on the right is the search in Facebook Messenger, where there is suggested bots, basically featured bots, and we are featured here from Facebook Messenger. The Swelly bot is featured here since, I think, end of August. And with the good retention rates, I mean, that's the thing, right? You have to build a great product. With the good retention rates that we are having, they keep featuring us because they like what we're doing. And if you look into at the people here on this photo, we have 4 people from Facebook, Slack, Kik, and Google. And Mikhail from Facebook or Amir from Slack, just reach out to them. They're normal people. They like to talk to you. And if you build a great product, you get you'll most likely get feedback from them. And just don't be annoying, don't bother them, and never ask for getting featured. And another very important part, I say important very often because I think there's some really, really good things in this presentation. Make money. I think not really a lot of bot developers right now figured out how to make money. And I think that's a bad thing. I'm an entrepreneur for 11 years. I always had businesses that made money. And I didn't like the case that we were been in at the beginning where we had no revenue model. So we were thinking of ways how to monetize a bot. But I think like what the problem that most people have and the mistake that most people make is they think of monetizing a chatbot, and you shouldn't. You should think of monetizing a product. It's the same for a website, an app, or whatever you're building. So for us, it was just obvious that users don't need to pay. We really need users to go on the platform to vote every single day. We have around 130 million votes by our 1.4 million users so far. We have about 1.4 million users. And we thought of a way for businesses to monetize. So we started Swell.biz, which is basically a B2B marketplace for market research. So you can ask an A/B question, send it to the Swell community, feature it, and you get 1,000 responses within 24 hours for a fixed price of $99. If you want to go into more detail and say, okay, I want 1,000 people in downtown LA who like Rolling Stones and who like Coke more than Pepsi, it's a different story. You pay slightly more, but we can also do that. So it's a really decent market research. And also you can build, in future versions, you can build decision trees, ask a questionnaire to more, to your basically biggest fans or to top Swell users in certain categories to do a real proper market research. Right now we're selling to corporates for $1,000 a month, so 12K. We already sold 6 or 7 plans for next year, starting in January. So we're having some decent revenues from January where we really roll it out. We're now in beta. So Swell.biz, check it out. Not a call to action. If you send me an email, I can give you a coupon code for a free month of trying it. If you have something that you would like to test, just let me know. And just now a little bit about the vision of Swell. So at Swell, we want to help people make better decisions. And right now, this might mean very simple use case, what to wear. You're in a store, you can't decide, you take photos. But at Swell, we are building in different directions. So the first is this simple photo voting thing. The second is Swelly as an AI solution that basically knows the right people for you to ask the question. So in the future, we want to be the solution that can replace things like Yelp or Foursquare. If you're looking for a nice restaurant for a date in Tel Aviv, for example, or if you're looking for the best burger in London, you can just ask Swelly, and it will know based on your friends' opinions, on experts' opinions, and based on your profile, because we know a lot about you by you sharing your votes. And another thing for the fashion use case we're working on is smart mirror technology, where actually you will stand in front of a mirror in an H&M store, for example, and you will say, hey, do I look good in this? And it will ask your friends, and it will ask experts, and will reply connected to your Swell account. So here's to that. Now let's continue with Q&A. Ask me anything. Also, feel free to send me an email. I'm very responsive from that. Pete@swell.wtf. Not so responsive also on Facebook. You can add me there as well, but not recommend that too much. So any questions, now it's the perfect time, but also feel free to ask me another time.
Okay. Thank you very much, Peter. Now we're looking into the chat.
Very good, very good. I'm trying to close this.
You can ask now Peter in the chat box.
To see how much amount of AI do you use in the bot?
What amount of AI do we use? We do not use a lot of AI right now, so it's really more about buttons and about, what we figured out is that people right now think of a chatbot and they think about AI, but we figured out that a lightweight app that what we built with a lot of buttons and pictures and stuff works way better right now. So I think it takes us another 6 to 12 months at Swell to give you a nice AI solution, but we have the Swelly 2.0 that we are launching very, very quickly that can answer a lot of questions, but in a fun way. So there's no serious AI helping you with decisions, but more like nice responses to are you single, and it will respond and stuff like that.
Okay, then next one, from your experience, what are the top 1 to 3 lessons to take away?
The top lessons to take away. As I mentioned, talk a lot to people and never stop. Just get feedback along the way and go out on the streets, ask random people about how you can improve. Not your friends, that's not necessarily the best case. The second thing is focus. So what we did is we focused on one marketing channel that worked best for us, which is influencer marketing. And really executed heavily on that. We have now 3 people, hiring a 4th person only for that case. That's the only thing we do. Mm. And the third thing is always think of in win-win situations. So whenever you want something from Facebook, from Kik, from any other platform, from a customer, whatsoever, think of how you can make their life easier and how you can benefit from that. For example, at Kik, we know that user that uses a chatbot, an entertainment bot, for example, brings Kik a 30% more active user. So a user that uses bots is more active for Kik. So Kik wins when a lot of people use chatbots. Okay.
And what is about what Facebook data you get from the users? Is it like just first name? But I think perhaps this is a little bit too technical, because I'm seeing, we have one more question. Yeah, can you answer this?
Sure. Okay. So in terms of data, so we get the name, of course, we get the birth date, we get we get the gender for most people, and we get the location. But then what happens next is then we ask a lot of questions and basically give the user benefits. So we ask, like, are you male or female? What phone do you use, iPhone or Android? So we basically ask those kind of questions, and we collect data out of that. Because for Kik, for example, you know nothing about the user, really, literally just the username. So everything else we need to get by asking questions.
Okay, so thank you, because time is running, because we need to prepare. We have 10 minutes time to dig into the other sessions. Thank you very much, Peter, for your time to jump in.
Thank you, guys.
Wish you great luck in Tel Aviv and with your swelling, definitely.
Thanks for having me. Take care.
And thanks you all for joining the opening session. Now we start with all the other presentations. And yeah, talk to you soon. See you in the sessions or see you at the closing. Perhaps, Peter, you have time at the closing. We will check if you're available.
I hope so.
Okay.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. See you guys. Thanks.